So somebody just left me a video in one of my comment sections, and I watched it, and it was basically talking about how they worked at a place. I dropped the syringe that I always hold up. A company in HR was checking people off the list of people they would have to replace because of getting. So those companies, most of them are big organizations, right? Big corporations, whether it's in healthcare or whatever, they're all in with the World Economic Forum, and they got on board with that whole climate cult long ago. Okay? I said the head at Northwestern Northwestern Hospital. I mean, he's not the head anymore. He's moved on because they move him in and out. He was on all these global boards way back in the day, interoperability, all sorts of stuff. I looked them up. So all global boards because he's a globalist. So those people that then perpetuate into their workplace, the CEOs themselves, that start checking these employees off because they won't be around anymore. That works totally for all those agitators and those agitators that are in the Robert Kennedy network. Stu Peters, Karen Kings, I can name all of them. Everybody knows who they are. You've seen them. There's so many of them. You don't realize how they plan ahead for this. And the whole goal for this from the beginning was because Trump was outing everybody. So they're corralling you back in already. So this is what I'm going to tell you. This is part of the manipulation tactics of Alinsky. Alinsky used these tactics. Many of these tactics came from The Art of War. Meetings are run by professional manipulators, provocateurs, change agents, agitators, facilitators, and moderators brought in from the outside to sell you on the idea. It is easier to control a group than an individual, which is why they collectivize the meetings. What has been happening with that whole other network, your Stu Peters and all of them? They've got a whole collective of people that you won't budge. And I will not go back and forth with people. I just won't. Say what you want in my comments. I don't care. You got stuck there and your ego, and this is what they bank on. They bank on your ego not letting you move from it. Yeah. Create the mass psychosis. So yeah, that's what they use. You could look at Stu Peters, Karen, all of them, every single one of them as provocateurs, change agents, agitators, facilitators, moderators, brought in from the outside to sell you on an idea because they want to control the masses. Because a bunch of people broke away from the mainstream media, started looking into things, so they got to corral you back in. That's what RFK's been working at the past 3 years. And he has all of his change agents and all of his provocateurs and agitators to help do that. Now, if you want to buy into that, you worked at a place and you saw a woman taking names, employees off of a list because they took the shot and they would have to replace those, then you're just falling into the trap. Because all those organizations are also on board with the globalists. So of course they want everybody to believe that. They will pull out all the stops to make people believe it. But the fact of the matter is they're just trying to make people go mad. They are. And they're doing this with the AI stuff too. And then the timing of the AI stuff is so interesting because then they can use the AI stuff to say, well, this was a generated video. It wasn't really that person saying it. Because the way Glenn Beck's talking about it, it would be so convenient, right? Because as truth has been, being uncovered, and that not the truth of this, because that's where people were stuck. People got pulled into that and got stuck. That's what they wanted. But when the truth comes out, like about all these connections, like with the Chicago political mobsters and with University of Illinois, Chicago, Northwestern, and all of them, and going through, just the whole chain of corruption through and through everything, and the trafficking of children, as that's being uncovered, what's being flooded in with raw sewage is everything about this, and that's not even, it's raw sewage. It was raw sewage that everybody jumped on because you didn't recognize that they were agitators, manipulators, and that's what they're designed to do. So, yeah, I'm not going to go back and forth with people. They are at all costs going to prevent truth from getting out anymore. I think it's that train's long gone. They're not. There's going to be a bunch of people that stay on this and then stay there. I don't expect to convince anybody because they know those people knew what they were doing. They knew how to manipulate you, and you didn't stop to see that. And I got pulled into it too, but then I like backed off because I'm like, no, there's something wrong here. There's something wrong. Like someone's telling me, no, this is wrong. All of it. It's not, they're not being honest. And ultimately, what is going to happen, especially now that they're bringing this AI stuff in, saying that, AI can generate videos of you and it's not really you. Well, they could do that of Trump and say, well, no, Trump didn't really say that, or this person didn't. How convenient when truth is coming out. And I'm not talking about this because what they're saying about this is not true. The science is being exposed, yes, but the science is trying to control that, aren't they? Yeah, because they want to maintain their control. So they're creating all this, and then what will they do? They'll turn around and make everybody that believed all that stuff look like crazy people. They've gone off the rails with it. So you can, if you want to buy into it, then go ahead. But as I said, again, this is from Art of War, okay? This is Alinsky's tactics. Obama was trained in this. He went on to then teach other people this. Look it up. Obama, Hillary Clinton, even before him, Ayers, Daley. I mean, this is all the political machine of Illinois. But I mean, they were all trained in it. So you think they don't know what they're doing? Yeah, they want you to believe everything about this. Yeah, my HR department. Okay. That's the problem, is people aren't recognizing. People want to think that all these people saying this stuff are telling you the truth. No, they work for that network. I would call it the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. network. Yeah, that's what they're serving, and it's to prevent the truth from coming out, or it's to flood while the truth is coming out, flood everything with a bunch of raw sewage, and they've done a great job of it because a bunch of Americans have fallen for the bullshit.